And today we're going to talk to you a little bit about our program that we implement for arts educators that directly relates to the PERA legislation, and that's what we call our REACH performance tasks. REACH stands for Recognizing Educators Advancing Chicago Students, and it is essentially the whole comprehensive teacher evaluation program that was initiated in the school year 2012-2013. And we were one of the first school districts in the state of Illinois to actually implement a teacher evaluation program in response to the PERA. One of the things that we wanted to make sure that was a part of the process was to involve arts educators in the process to create their own performance tasks, which would be implemented in their classrooms. We understand that the arts room is going to act like a whole different space, and we wanted to make sure that the performance tasks that arts educators had to take would reflect that. Currently, the REACH program involves not only the performance task, but there are two other measures that are also taken into account. We look at student achievement on the NWEA, which is a nationally normed exam for English language arts and mathematics at the elementary school level, as well as the EPAS at the high school. And we also take into account how how the observations of school leaders on arts teachers are implemented and taken into account to sort of form the entire score of a teacher in Chicago public schools.
So a portion of the teacher evaluation at the end of the school year will be from the observations that their administrators do with the teachers themselves in their classrooms. And another part is these REACH performance tasks that are more student data driven. These REACH tasks are given at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year. They are derived from standards through the Illinois State Arts Learning Standards, and each of these performance tasks will address one or two of those standards, and the concepts that are assessed at beginning of year and end of year are the same concepts. So for example, it may be line in a visual arts elementary classroom, and that same concept will be tested at the beginning of the year and the end of the year to show student growth. And that student growth measure is then added to the equation for their evaluation at the end of the school year. And the way that teachers create these assessments is that they'll look at the standards for their grade level, and the year before these exams are to be given, so say the spring of the school year, they would get together and create these assessments with fellow teachers in their arts discipline. So a few music teachers would get together, a few dance teachers would get together, etc., and would create the beginning of year and end of year assessments, performance tasks, that would be then given the following school year. So both of these assessments are actually created at the same time to ensure alignment between beginning of year and end of year, so that the same thing is being assessed both times.
Right? And the only thing that would potentially change could be a work of art that the students would look at and research potentially from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. One of the things that was a little bit of a challenge, of course, is trying to pinpoint the content that the performance task should cover. We tried to select standards that was the most essential content that arts discipline had to engage. That in order to move to the next level, you really needed to know, understand, and be able to implement whatever that performance descriptor was asking students to do.
Every year, the REACH performance tasks are created for 2 elementary, 1 middle school, and a number of high school levels. So they're created and given to first grade, fourth grade, seventh grade, at what we consider the elementary level, K through 8. And then depending on the arts discipline, we also have high school assessments, both beginning and intermediate levels. And then for some of our disciplines, like music, for example, we have sort of a general music, beginning and intermediate level, and then also a performance ensemble, so say a band, a choir, an orchestra, and those are also at the beginning and intermediate level in the high school. A way for all of the different teachers in high school disciplines to have a performance task that really matches what they actually do in their daily classroom.
Mhm.
And each of those performance tasks are created and actually piloted by teachers of that discipline at that grade level as a way to work out any problems with the exam, things that students tended to do that you didn't anticipate, and there's a revision process that happens after the piloting, which then helps to ensure more accuracy and reliability with these performance tasks once they're actually administered the following school year, beginning of year and end of year.